So how do you add and view your third-party report? So as you gathered from the title of this webinar, you probably haven't got a check-in report created on Inventory Hive. So you would need to, but you still want to create a checkout report on Inventory Hive. But to compare that against your third-party report, you would need to add it onto the software. So I'm just going to show you how to do that now. So here's my property report section on the dashboard. To add in your third-party report for this property, you click on the cog here and click Add Third-Party Report. And then you'll be able to select your file from, in my case, from my computer, but you can also do it from any device as well. So from your Android or your Apple device or your iPad or anything like that. So I've got an example check-in report that I've got here that I've done at this property. So I'm just going to upload that in. That's uploaded in just now. And when I click save, that gets attached to this property. So I'll be able to view this report on the desktop as well, just like here. It's just loading that. Here we go. So this is just an example check-in report that I've done for this property. There isn't many images, it's just an example, so don't worry about that. This will enable you to compare this report when you go and do your checkout on your device. So I'm just going to show you now how you can do that. So let me just jump back to my PowerPoint. So here we go. So here's a screen recording of how it would look on the app. So you'll log in on the app and you'll create your checkout report, and then it's recommended to download your third-party report before you continue doing your checkout report. The reason that is, you'll need to download it onto your device so you can cross reference with it when you're doing your checkout. So there's a number of ways to do this, but one of the ways you can do it is when you do download it, you can save it into, say, Apple Books, for example, or save it as a PDF on your device. This will enable you to toggle between both the report and the checkout report on the app and view it. But another way you can view it is the way I'm just going to show you now. So when I click on the property address, and when I click download the third-party report, it will open it up in Safari. So I can see my check-in report, so in the case of third-party report, and toggle back to my checkout report. So let me just play that again 1 second. There we go. So here's my third-party report that I'm viewing in Safari, for example. So I can clearly view this and then toggle back to the app in no problem at all. I can then start my checkout report. Obviously, it's recommended to go offline, and then I can just work my way through my checkout report and compare and contrast the app version checkout and my third-party report. So I can see if there's any tenancy breaches, any maintenance issues compared from the start to the end of the tenancy. It's really easy to do. There's quite a lot of steps there. So in this webinar, I've attached a checklist. So there's a simple checklist that you can work your way through to ensure that you've covered off all the steps before you go and do your checkout report. So it's important to download your report, your third-party report first. It's important to go in offline mode, and it's important to just cross-reference both reports at the same time on the app. So it's really easy to do, as you can see from this screen recording. So you can just toggle between the both very simply and compare your reports.